Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And in this very special episode of Clownfish TV, the demonetized episode.
Yeah, so we're gonna get demonetized for this, guaranteed.
So we're not gonna dance around the issue. We're gonna rip the Band-Aid off. No pun intended. We're gonna talk about coronavirus.
That's right. The C word.
The C word.
The other C word.
The other C word. And I know we're gonna get demonetized on YouTube. For whatever reason, they're demonetizing any videos that mention it, even casually.
Right, or like in this case, we're reporting on actual news related to it. Doesn't matter. Apparently the word strikes fear into the hearts of advertisers everywhere. So knowing that, we are still going to cover it because it is newsworthy and it's important, and we're about truth and news, and we want to make sure we get it out there.
Truthiness. We're about truthiness here, I guess.
Truthiness and love.
So we're going to talk about how coronavirus is absolutely taking a toll on pop culture. I didn't even get into the anime that have stopped production because of coronavirus. We're going to do a coronavirus roundup because I figure since we're going to get demonetized anyway, we might as well just hit a bunch of... We'll just go on the tour, the world tour.
What is called the CV?
The CV. The CV. All right. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're at almost 100,000.
Yay, we're so close.
100,000 of you. So that's awesome. Again, you know, I said we should start a band called 100,000 Weebs.
There you go.
There
I still think that's a bad idea, but anyway.
It's a horrible idea. It's a horrible idea. All right, so Emerald City Comic Con is still going through with it. They're still going to have the comic book convention, but a lot of people are pulling out.
Yeah, they said they were going to continue to have the convention because there's a lot of retailers and artist alley individuals and things that are there to make money, and they don't want to take that opportunity away from them. Now, how many people they're going to have at their booths, I can't tell you. If something you're not worried about, you might have low crowds, so it might be worth going.
And they are offering refunds if you're tabling at
Right.
Artist Alley, but a lot of people are backing out.
Or if you bought tickets, I think, too.
Yeah, you can get your money back. We'll put a link here. You can go see how to get your money back because, you know, a lot of places are doing this. A lot of travel destinations, airlines, hotels are offering refunds, pretty much no question asked because of coronavirus. People are concerned, and it would be really crappy, I think, of them to be like, no, you still have to pay even though you had no control over.
Well, this is located in an area that they have been having actual cases and stuff occurring.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's understandable why they're, being cautious.
Absolutely. So Emerald City is a pretty big convention. So
it's huge.
This is unprecedented as far as I'm aware of. Dark Horse and DC have pulled out. I think Oni Press, did they pull out
Yeah,
too?
I believe Oni Press. I think I sent you an article.
Yeah, Oni
and
Press
then
pulled
the
out.
comic book grading people, I think was it
CDG, yeah.
Yeah, they pulled out too.
HarperCollins pulled out.
And nothing of value was lost.
DC, Penguin, Random House, Dark Horse, and several artists have pulled out of Emerald City Comic Con. And this is what, about a week away?
But the important thing is, are we still getting the She-Ra panel?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot all about that. Jen Bartel is pulling out. I think I think I read somewhere that Jim Lee, publisher. Well, obviously, if DC's not going.
No,
he's
I
not
sent you a
there.
link. Yeah, he said he
he's
wasn't
not going to be there.
I think he wasn't going to be there.
And I think a lot of people are pulling out. I know. I retweeted yesterday. YouTubers are doing events in California, and they're pulling out. I know Chad Tronic pulled out of some event in California. A lot of people are skipping conventions. It's having a catastrophic effect on, destinations like Vegas and Orlando that are known for conventions.
I'm thinking now would be the time to bring Web Brief back.
Oh, maybe.
People,
Yeah.
Explain Web Brief to people real quick.
All right, Web Brief was something we did like 10 years ago. We actually did an online comic book convention, and I didn't have the server power to run it. We had way more people show up to this thing than we expected.
Yeah, it was insane. It was like 3 days of constant running events and panels and things, but we did it.
We did it. Actually,
and that was years ago.
Yeah, so maybe that's an option with coronavirus and people being afraid of going out, afraid of getting sick. Maybe virtual Comic Cons.
There you go. And if we probably don't have time, but if somebody else wants to do it, they can let us know. We'll come maybe.
Yeah, there we go. So now people are concerned about E3. There was talk about E3 being canceled. Now apparently they're still going through with it. As of recording this video, they're actually still going through with E3. But they're monitoring the situation daily. So they could decide to pull out.
Right. It depends how bad it gets.
I mean, we're talking, this is in June. So, there's still a couple months yet. We don't know exactly how things are going to go with this. But
there's some TV Hollywood type conventions been canceled. There's ones in Orlando you said have been canceled.
Yep. We're going to kind of go down the list. But it's interesting if they cancel E3 because just a little over a week ago, I did a video talking about how Sony was pulling out of PAX and how the mayor of Boston was actually shaming Sony for pulling out of PAX. They said that they were basically being racist toward Asian people.
I just can't get past
Sony
it. I'm sorry.
was being racist toward Asian people because they did not want to go to PAX. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, you know, it's all about the money. It's about getting people to your town to spend money because the conventions are a huge revenue generator, you know, obviously for the hotels and restaurants and the taxes.
And I feel really, really bad. I mean, because this is definitely given tourism a huge hit.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely giving a lot of these companies and these events issues because they need this money to like bankroll next year and stuff. And it's going to hurt them a lot. So, I mean, I feel really, really bad. And it's not something that no one's fault. But sadly, it's going to hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, it's you know, talking about some of the other conventions that have been canceled. I know just today they pulled the plug on was it HIMSS, which is a big healthcare IT conference. I think the president was supposed to be there too, but they pulled the plug on it. It was supposed to happen in Orlando.
Okay, so it's a healthcare or it's an IT conference.
Yes, it is.
So, but I mean, I can understand that because they probably don't want healthcare professionals at a conference. If there's an emergency, they need them at their posts, you know?
Yep, and there have been a bunch of, if you look, there have been a bunch of conferences in Orlando that have been canceled. And this one, I think in particular, they said that the economic impact of this convention could be like 120 million to the area.
Yeah, that's not good. See, that's what I feel bad about because the hotels and the people who rely on, you know, this kind of stuff for their jobs. And then, well, they have a Disney World today, guys. It was on WDW News today. Cast members were actually taking like sanitizing wipes and wiping down the touch points for your Magic Band or your fingerprint, which they should. Anyway, they were wiping them down between guests. Trying to keep the stuff sanitized. Here's the thing: at the time they were doing it, there's hardly anybody in line. I bet they don't do that when it opens and there are people rushing in. So if you're going to any of these places, make sure you just, you know, keep in mind, wash your hands. You know, hand sanitizer is great. You don't have to have it, but wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't be licking your fingers. Don't, you know, I know you want to lick that pole or lick the windows. Just don't do it. And if you have kids, don't let your kids put their mouths on things. Because I mean, your parents out there, you know what I'm talking about, or anybody who's seen kids in events or anything, and you see them and they're licking the pole as they're walking in line. It's like, why the hell are you letting your kid lick the pole? And that's probably bad after I said it. I should have said, don't let your kid lick poles.
Don't lick poles. So we've got some movies that are being pushed back. Disney's already having a not so good year.
The latest is they're saying it's going to be $100 million. I think the way they're talking, like, it's going to debut at $100 million from Mulan.
Mulan, bullshit. Bullshit. I know. Mulan is not going to debut at 100. Well, I don't know. Maybe it will. I don't think it's going to, though.
I think people are too mad about it.
Yeah, because Mulan, they basically made sure that nobody who would have any interest in this movie is going to go see it.
And the takeaway is going to be not that, you know, maybe people were not happy about another remake. The takeaway is going to be, it was because of CV. That's why.
Yeah, they're gonna blame the virus for it, and they're not gonna blame themselves for cutting a lot of major characters out of it. They're not gonna blame themselves for maybe people not being on board with some of the stuff the Star was saying about Hong Kong. You know, there are a lot of reasons why people might not go see Mulan that have nothing to do with
CV.
And I think, you know, this is like Disney is like burying their bad news under other bad news. Like I honestly think, you know, Iger was going to be out the door anyway, but I think they kind of snuck him in there.
I think it's because they saw the stock market crashing anyway. So like, well, now's the perfect time. We don't want it to crash twice.
Yeah, then Disney didn't fail that much. It was the stock market was down.
Yeah,
all the way around.
It's smart if that's what they did. And honestly, it sounds like something they would do.
Oh, absolutely. Because they always have to put a positive spin on everything. Oh, Mulan only bombed because of the virus. If it wasn't for the virus, Mulan would have been a huge hit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're it's going to cost them millions. They're already pushing movies back. The next James Bond movie is being pushed back because of it. Because they're afraid
until November.
Yeah, because James Bond movies, I guess they make money in China. So we'll just go past that. I don't know if that's going to... Well, we're already going to be demonetized anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Well, she wasn't showing anything. It was just a dress.
But
it wasn't a dress I'd ever wear, but it was a dress.
Yeah, so, you know, and it's funny because a lot of people are like, well, don't panic about this. Don't panic about it. And I'm like, you know, I think it's better to be safe than sorry. I really do. I'm going to be honest.
I think all these companies feel the same way because they don't want to be responsible if their employees get sick, you know?
Yeah.
Because they went to a convention or something and then someone that worked there caught it from somebody else or made other people sick. And then they don't want to be, you know, responsible for that. They don't want the headaches and the insurance cost.
Yeah, well, here, just as a footnote on the James Bond thing, South by Southwest.
I saw that.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Vivo, TikTok. I mean, huge companies. Amazon, they're pulling out South by Southwest. Yep. And so, I mean...
someone at the one Amazon office already has it. It likely has it, so... I
mean, how scary is that, you know?
I know.
Like, people could be packing your
stuff. It's the offices, not the...
Yeah, I know,
but... I told you already, and you had to make sure you said it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, think about it. Like, if this, just, you know, hypothetically speaking, if you had somebody who was packing your stuff, and it lives on surfaces, and you're, like, ordering groceries at home because you don't want to go out and get sick, but the groceries you ordered from Amazon... had the sick on it already.
Here's what I want to know. People buying produce and stuff. I've been to the grocery store. You see people touch stuff and put it back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, and I'm not talking just for CV. I'm talking in general for like flu or norovirus or anything like that. I'm, you know, it's something to be aware of. You should wash your hands all the time. You know, people make the jokes. All the hand sanitizer and soap is selling out the shelves. They're like, what? Have people not been washing their hands this entire time?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, as a guy, right? You would be shocked. Well, maybe you wouldn't be shocked at the number of men who don't wash their hands in the bathroom. I'm like, you just touched your boys and you just walked out of here without washing your hands. Like, what the frick? You know, what the frick is wrong with you? Anyway, you know, it's going to have an impact on Disney. Absolutely. Orlando's already taken a hit, I think. Yeah. They're talking about all these conventions that are pulling out. And, you know, there are some articles out there like, is Disney World going to close? I don't think so.
No, it's not. There's no plans present time for that.
But I think that, I mean, you know, our understanding is they're monitoring this like they would a hurricane. Well, like it's a day by day.
We're also understanding they're freaking out.
Oh, yeah, because if it gets out, there was an article on, I think it was this one, actually. It was this one. They basically said that if it got out, if it got out, they said, they explained to the Orlando Weekly, this is an insider, an analyst, everyone's watching it. Everyone's scared to be the first to say, fuck, this is bad. But once someone says it...
He said it in the article. Orlando Weekly said. Oh, because it's a quote.
It's a quote. Once someone says
it... put that in there. That's great.
Expect a lot more to join them. He wanted to say he's been looking at 2009 and 2001 numbers to understand what to expect. 2001, of course, 9/11.
Yeah, that was bad.
You know, and travel tourism took a massive, massive hit because of that. And 2009, of course, you know, the Great Recession. Again, travel took a massive hit. They're already comparing the situation this year with the coronavirus to 2009, 2001.
Even before this year happened, last year, a lot of the travel agency places were talking about how bookings were down for this year anyway, because people are going to wait for the 50th. So you have that. It was already going to be low. On top of this happening too now. So they're already projecting low, and that's still going to go way below what their projections were. So I'm sure they are freaking out.
Well, then you look at, you know, they were talking about cruise ships. They said that the cruise line, stock in cruise lines has declined like 20% or something in the last couple of weeks because, you know, one of the most famous cases of CV at this point has been a cruise ship overseas, but now there's one here in the States, California to Mexico. There was somebody on the cruise ship that was infected. You know, you don't know where a lot of these people are coming from.
And then until they show, and unlike the flu, you're not just contagious while you show symptoms. You're contagious up until the point you get symptoms, from my understanding. So if you go out and you don't even know you're sick, and you're out there like, you know, for days, like talking to people and being around people and, you know, touching things and everything else, it went from one person to potentially thousands of people that could be sick. So that's the problem here. And, that's why people are pulling out of the shows. And I know we're going to get demonetized and we're not going to make any money off this. But it's more important to report the news than it is to make the money.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of avoided talking about this. We thought we would just kind of throw everything in one video. But it's bad. Like Hollywood, even if the spread of the disease itself, the effect that it's having on the entertainment industry, on pop culture, can't be understated, because we're going to start seeing, possible production shortages of product.
Oh yeah, they're talking toys. I think toys for this holiday season might be in short-term supply. Like they're talking about the Baby Yodas and stuff. Now they're saying that not just Hasbro, but Mattel as well, other toy companies as well. They might be having a hit to production, even on the Baby Yoda that people were pre-ordering. Which of course they announced this after they already opened the pre-orders, and a lot of them are sold out.
Yeah.
But even in Hasbro's like investor letter and stuff, they were talking about possible hits and backups due to it, because a lot of the materials they get are exclusive to China. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of issues in China. So this is more about the supply line, and not even counting if it spreads more and it blocks shipments and deliveries and all that. So they're saying now we might have some kind of toy shortage, and it might only be 5 to 10%, but 5 to 10% adds up when you figure out how many millions of toys are out for like the holidays and things. They will know better closer to the summer, because that's when they usually have to start getting it ready for holidays. It's like June, so we'll know better then. But we're potentially looking at a hit to delivery dates and pre-orders and all that.
Oh, Nintendo will absolutely use that to their advantage. They're gonna have another chip shortage. It's a chip shortage. It's a chip shortage. We ran out of downloads, everybody. It's a chip shortage. But yeah, it's gonna affect everything. Anime, we're hearing that there are several anime series now that are being delayed because of it.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Spike the Bee. He looks like he wants to give you a hug. I just want to give him a hug back and be like, "Hi, Spike the Bee. I want to give you a hug." Anyway, sorry.
But does he want to hug you back?
Yeah, of course he does, on me.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it's, again, a lot of people are like, well, it's not going to be that big of a concern. Maybe the disease itself isn't that big of a deal. It doesn't matter. It's the psychology of it. It's already having an effect. It's already hurting travel and entertainment. And this year is going to be a rough one. I think it really is for a lot of people, especially working in those industries. Now, it's funny, I was watching stock, and the stock that went up the other day was Nintendo. Because they're probably figuring, well, people are going to have to stay home and do something, so they're going to play video games.
You can stay home and watch us.
You can stay home and watch us,
We're going to have more games up, and we'll try to do more content, so you can stay home, or you can stay home and read comics like ours, or other things. So
you could do that. We need to
start putting our comics up on the animation channel. That way people have something to do when they're stuck at home.
There we go. But we'll start doing
more of us. That's what you all need.
More of us, yeah.
I feel so bad saying that out loud, because I feel like an arrogant dillweed, and I'm not normally. I just thought I'd make a joke, but after coming out of my mouth, it sounds really snotty, and I don't mean it to. I'm more cringe myself.
It's the gift of us.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, we're the gift that keeps on giving. Well, we won't make you sick. You might get sick of us, but we won't make you sick.
We make you sick, but this in a different way.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up?
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, and we will talk to you guys later.
Bye!
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.